We welcome you back. It is good to have you here. And Georgetown College next week will be hosting its annual march honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And joining us this afternoon to tell us more, Robbi Barber and John Douglas. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Always a big celebration on the Georgetown College campus and in the community there. What do you have planned?
Well, beginning at 3:30, we'll have a meet and greet of our where the community can meet and greet and talk to our guest, which is the Reverend Dr. Dwight Webster. He is from Oakland, California. He is a co-founder of Justice and Beyond, so he's got a lot of experience in social justice, racial issues, and those types of things. And so he's going to kind of bring it into us from Oakland, California, to kind of blend that in with what's going on with Georgetown and how that ties into the Martin Luther King holiday as well. And then we'll have the march at 4, which will start at Georgetown and end at Georgetown. And then 5 o'clock, Dr. Webster will speak in John Hill Chapel.
So you have a lot going on over there. How important is it that we pause and remember this celebration?
It's very important that we pause and remember the celebration because with so much life going so fast that we tend to forget about history. And we tend not to really dwell on history because that old saying, you know, we forget what we did in the past, it can come back to you in the future. So we need to make sure that we stop, pause a minute to make sure our younger adults and young kids know what the rest of us have already experienced, so that they can use this to help develop themselves for what's coming to them in the future. And so the march is to go back and look at Martin Luther King's dream and look at what the principles behind his dream means to each one of us in our different life and our different walks, and to share that with the younger kids. And get them involved.
Is that the kind of thing you expect Dr. Webster will talk about?
I think because he works with youth, he's worked with youth and adults in those issues, and I think that what he's going to try to do is break it down for the young people to understand, because I do think that this generation is somewhat removed from Martin Luther King, and I think it's because, you know, we're not putting a lot of focus on Black history, and I think that our young people need to understand that I'm where I am today because of the foundation and what he paved years ago.
January 21st, 4 o'clock, Georgetown College, the John Hill Chapel for that, and of course the march prior to that.
Right.